more than I expected, even better than I expected. Can you tell me what was it about this project that sparked your interest?
That's really a difficult question to ask me, because I didn't know what I was in for. And it started off as a very simple, down in Louisiana, filming the burlesque, and then my son and Mike came back and showed me this piece of film, and I went, wow, wow, okay, let's go a bit further. And it was a developing thing. It was something that just actually developed. I can't honestly say that I was interested in doing a feature on Louisiana and burlesque. I can't. But I can tell you that as it developed, it just got better and better and better.
So now that you've done it once, would you do it again?
Yeah, I'll do it 10 times.
What about it sparked your
The people. The incredible feeling of accomplishing. When I saw the film today, I mean, obviously I've had nothing to do with the actual editing of the film or the actual filming of the film, but obviously I've been in the background all the time. And to see it actually, when it comes to fruition, and to see what these people can do, it's actually stunning. It's just amazing when you actually see it on screen. I didn't want to see the actual finished product until I was watching it with a bunch of people, with 160, 200 people in a room. I wanted to, because you don't want to fall in love with your own project.
Right.
There's nothing worse than falling in love with your own project. You've got to have an open mind about it. So I wanted to have an open mind about it, and I couldn't believe watching that. You could have heard a pin drop in the place. You could have heard a pin drop. To me, it's quite remarkable. Normally you get people talking and you hear the talking in the background and muffling and all the rest of it. You could have heard a pin drop in that place today. I knew we were onto something. So, yes, I'm hooked.
Okay. Do you have something in the works right now?
Yes, we do.
Are you able to talk about it?
Not really.
Fair enough. What did this documentary mean to you?
I started dancing about 5 years ago when I was in New York City, and I was a really shy girl. I was working as a reporter on Wall Street, I'd never been on stage before, and I found some classes that somebody was offering. Actually, Jo Booth, she's really famous, she's like the head mistress up in New York. And I started taking classes with her. Before I knew it, I was on stage, and I remember it was like the first time I was up there, it was like, either you're going to do this, or you're not going to do this. Either you're going to hang it all out, or you're not going to hang anything out. And I chose the all-out thing, and it was like, audience, hey, this is me, take everything, take every part of me, and that's it, this is what I got to offer you. And it was extremely liberating, and since that moment, I was hooked. And so this movie is it's sort of the pinnacle of, well, not the pinnacle, but it shows how much I've worked and how far I've come within that sphere, and it's something I'm very proud of, because burlesque has always coincided with law school, with boxing, with everything else I've done in my life, and it sort of helps me along in those areas, giving me that extra boost of confidence that I've needed so often. So for me, this is like a showcase of that.
There's something that triggered the fact that you wanted to go from shy to the complete opposite?
I think, how they say it's always the shy one? I think, the shy people, they box a lot inside, and they don't have an avenue necessarily to let it out, but when you give them that attitude, or that avenue, then watch out, because they're going to just let it go, and that's what happened with me. Like, I just needed that sort of venue to let out what was inside of me, that inner character, and burlesque gave it to me, and it allowed me to sort of free that part of me that was always sort of boxed up, and I'm forever grateful for that.
What's your favorite part of performing on stage?
For me, it's that creative outlet that I don't have in everyday life. It took me a long time to be comfortable. I'm not skinny. I'm not thin. I'm not your average body type. And when I came into burlesque, they accepted me, and it was just like this female empowerment, and just feeling like I was finally accepted for my body type and where I needed to dance in life. And because a lot of places, if you're a ballerina, you have to be like 5 foot, 10 pounds, you know, and burlesque you can be any shape or size, and it's just amazing to be able to be yourself with that creative twist of energy.
How long does it take to put each stage show together?
Remember, for myself, I'm a very last minute kind of gal, and sometimes I'm gluing sequins on at the very last minute, like, oh, Ruby Rage, you're up, you gotta get on stage. It's like, hold on, my pasty's not on, let me situate something here. The actual preparation and the actual aesthetic of it, we work on it for about a month before the show. So.
Do you put all your own costumes together?
Yes, I have people that also design some things for me. I'm going to throw his name out there. His name's Don Corbett. He's a great costume designer. Anytime I need something that's more risque, I go to him because he'll usually be able to, like, team it together. I do more of, like, let's glue some sequins to something, or let's glue some rhinestones, because we do make a lot of our own stuff, and it's time consuming.
We hope this movie shows you.
Not only that burlesque takes a lot of work, and it's not just girls taking their clothes off, but showing people this is New Orleans. You know, it's not the prettiest city in the world all the time. It can be a lot of grime and dirt, and it takes a lot to actually get yourself out there into the world, and it's not easy, and I think this movie's going to show them a little bit more of, oh my god, these people actually have, like, a life. They don't just drink on Bourbon Street every night. They don't just, you know, get wasted and party. Like, as a burlesque dancer, I work a 2-day job, and I do burlesque at night, and I'm always working my rear end off, and to actually see it come out in the movie, it really pays off knowing that I have worked as hard as I have.
What's it like going from your job, being a massage therapist, to on stage dancing in front of maybe even clients?
Well, I have to be very conservative with my day job, and I am a very conservative individual in everyday life. And so being on stage, like, I've even had, like, former co-workers and bosses come and watch me dance. And it's one of those things, like, I have to gear myself and tell myself, this isn't how I am in everyday life. This is a personality I've made up to show people that I have courage to get out here. So to be able to actually, like, split the two, it's really hard because, I mean, you do a show at night and you're up till 2 in the morning, and then, lo and behold, you know, 8 o'clock rolls around real early in the morning just to get up and get ready and go to my day job, because I do that every weekend usually.
So the reason you're doing burlesque, is it to help out with girls and things, or is it just because you love it so much?
It's because I love it. It helps bring in some income, but it supports my burlesque habit, because all the money I get from the shows and all the money that we get from everything goes right back into another costume, because those costumes aren't cheap and those rhinestones ain't cheap either. So I make more money at my day job, and the burlesque kind of supports itself in its own gearing. Hopefully one day I'll only need to do just burlesque in one day job, or just burlesque at all. So.
Do you guys travel a lot?
Not as much as we wish we would. We're looking to actually do a couple of tours, and this summer we want to do an eastern tour, and we also want to do a southern tour to Texas. That's been in the works for a long time. We've been talking about it. We have traveled to Lafayette for a couple shows here and there at night. But as far as going further than about 2 hours away, we haven't made that happen yet. But it's in the works, and hopefully, you know, it's in a town near you someday.
Well, hopefully with the director and a couple of the producers being from BC, Canada, we'll see you out there sometime.
You know what? And I definitely think we will. And I think a lot of us are actually planning on going to the Atlanta Burlesque Festival and the Austin Burlesque Festival this year, too. So we're ready to get out there. We're like, let's show them what New Orleans is made of. So
good luck with everything.
Thank you.